So leave it up to Kentaji Brown Jackson once again, embarrassing Black Americans all over this country by calling all of us disabled. Now, it doesn't surprise me because I've been saying for the longest that she's been strategically placed there by the Democrats to undermine our Constitution and our rule of law. She doesn't even care for the Constitution or the rule of law. She calls it legalese. She thinks all Black Americans are disabled. So I hope you guys are keeping count. Not only the Democrats don't think that we could use computers, that we can't get IDs to go and vote. Now we're disabled. This is what they really think about us. And it's been it's been exposed that not even Democrats vote for Black people. You see, like these people, like we need to get rid of all these racist, unconstitutional laws. If you're keeping score, everything that the Democrats has put forth up until now has been unconstitutional. We've been living under Democrat unconstitutional laws. Yo, Supreme Court, do your thing, man. Do your thing, okay? Because if things were fair, there wouldn't be one Democrat official elected.
Yeah, what this brother is saying is absolutely right. Guys, welcome back to Kingdom Politico, where we do all kinds of reactions. Today, I'm reacting to Wides is a Righteous Perspective. His thoughts on this young man talking about Kentaji Brown, the Supreme Court Justice, calling Black Americans handicapped. What do you guys think about that? Please let me know in the comments. What he also was talking about when he mentioned the Black people couldn't use computers was this comment that the New York State governor made, Kathy Hochul, when she said that the kids in the Bronx, they don't even know how to use computers. They don't have computers. In the Bronx, you have one of the best high schools in the nation, the Bronx High School of Science, where the kids that graduate from there, people, I mean, they compete from all over to go to this school, okay? They go to Harvard, Yale, Princeton, right? And you have these out-of-touch Democrats calling people computer illiterate, okay, and handicapped. Come on, man. We got to do better than this. We got to do better.
Hopefully, we can right this ship, man, because they are systematically trying to destroy this country. We can't stand for it.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It's your brother Wides. I appreciate you guys pulling up. And this brother's absolutely right, man. The Democrats are showing us exactly who they are, and they're actually showing us what they really think about Black people. Kentaji Brown Jackson literally got out there and said that Black folks are disabled in perpetuity. Can't get much more racist than that, right?
Not to mention that Kentaji Brown considers herself a DEI hire, okay? The fact that she went to Harvard, she's, and has 2 degrees from there, she's not bringing that up. She's not saying, hey, I did this on my own merit. I'm educated. No, I'm a DEI hire. The only reason that I'm here, it's that whole Black victimhood thing. I absolutely hate it. Okay. Like your intelligence is not enough and your work ethic is not enough to bring you to the place where you can accomplish and you can become a Supreme Court justice. It's so disrespectful. It's so unfair. Okay. Let me know what you think in the comments.
You can't get much more racist than that. That's the Democrat Party for you. The Democratic Party has always looked at Black people as their slaves in perpetuity. And because they've looked at Black people as their slaves, they feel like they have the right to tell Black folks what to think, who to vote for, how to live, how to move, what movements they should be a part of, so forth and so on. And I'm glad that people like Clarence Thomas is shutting it down. People like this brother and so many other brothers and sisters out there are waking up and realizing that, hey, the Democrat Party is a net negative for Black Americans, but in all actuality, they are a net negative for the United States of America in whole. Let's just call it what it is. I got a couple clips I want to share with you guys. We're going to start with Representative Wesley Hunt, one of my favorite representatives. I can't say he is my favorite, but one of my favorite representatives. And hopefully future Senator Wesley Hunt being interviewed by Benny Johnson. Let's check this out.
Brown Jackson,
My favorite.
one of the smartest people. You know, she knows, she doesn't know what a woman is, but she does know that Black Americans are disabled.
No.
So,
Harvard graduate, 2 Harvard degrees. Can't say
right.
Between a man and a woman. Unbelievable.
What does that mean? This is her in her own words. Ketanji Brown Jackson refers to Black Americans as disabled during a Supreme Court hearing, arguing that Black Americans without these special lines drawn wouldn't be able to vote. Your take on this, Congressman?
See, this is the example of the liberal mind virus. This is an example of the soft bigotry of low expectations. And I recognize what happened in this country 150 years ago. I think you've heard me say this before. My great-great-grandfather was born on a plantation. His great-great-grandson, me, is a United States congressman in a white majority district that President Trump would have won by 20 points, and I won by 27 points. I think we are way beyond slavery. I think we are way beyond Jim Crow. And while this country has a checkered past, by the way, like every single civilized nation has a checkered past in the form of slavery and indentured servitude, at the end of the day, we have come a very long way, and I'm a prime example of that. Look, I am like the Democrats' worst.
So am I. I'm a prime example of that as well. And I would say that similar situation. Great-great-great-grandparents can be found on plantations in South Carolina and Alabama and down in Georgia. And here I sit today, you know, a college-educated individual with an independent platform, speaking to you guys. My sister is a college-educated individual. My little brother is a college-educated individual, doing very well. Homeowners, doing very well. The American dream is alive and well for those that want to work it.
I want to be here because I don't want to be judged not by the color of my skin, but by the content of my character. And that's why I get to be a congressman in a white majority district. And quite frankly, as a Republican, nobody really cares what I look like. They care about how I'm going to vote. They care about securing the border. They care about our economy. Here in Texas, they care about the oil and gas industry. And how you look has absolutely nothing to do with it. And what I cannot stand about liberals is they think that Black and brown people are too stupid to get an ID to vote. They think that Black and brown people are simply going to vote Democrat because that's how we've done for the past few decades. And they don't realize that they are hemorrhaging Black men because 1 in 3 Black men in this last election voted for President Trump. What they have to understand is we want to be respected just like everybody else. Yep. I don't want to be handicapped. I don't want your gratis. What I want you to do is look at me and say, does this guy have grit, hard work, determination? And if so, you can be somebody in this great nation.
I believe Black men want the same thing that any other colored man wants, to be able to provide for themselves, to take care of their family, respect, and dignity. Okay? And not to have to depend on anybody else to do it. They want entrepreneurship. They want safe neighborhoods. It's really not a color thing if you look at it. Okay, that's why so many brothers, right, didn't listen to Obama when he said, look, y'all need to get out there and vote for Kamala. Y'all are not voting for her because, I don't know, maybe you think that she's a strong Black woman. And this was the inference, and you're intimidated by her. Come on. What are you talking about? You are so far removed from what's actually going on in this country and what Americans are really thinking about. But I digress. Let's continue with this conversation.
What I don't understand is this. If Black people are handicapped so bad, and if Black people can't be successful, and if white supremacy still exists, let me ask you a question. How did I get here? Why do I exist? And while the Democrats sit there and call me, oh, Wesley, you don't get it. Oh, Wesley, you're an Uncle Tom. You're this, you're that. Here's what I push back with. The people here in the great state of Texas recognize this. I'm a West Point graduate, flew 55 combat air missions in Baghdad, learned how to fly the most sophisticated helicopter that's ever existed, the A-64 Delta Apache, earned 3 master's degrees in 4 years from an Ivy League school, and I love my country. That's all they care about. And Democrats hate hearing that because that's called merit.
Mm-hmm.
He's absolutely right. Oh my goodness. That's why I really appreciate this brother here, because he's absolutely right. As someone that worked in corporate America, you know, as a headhunter in a commission-based environment where you have to eat what you kill, right? Everywhere I worked my way to being number one in that office and one of the top people in the company and one of the highest earning people in the company. Not because someone felt guilty for me or sorry for me. Nah, because I was willing to go in and compete. I did not feel inferior. I do not feel inferior. And I went and put the work in. Yeah, that means coming in early. Sometimes that means staying late, investing in myself. Oh yeah. And I was rewarded for it. People got to stop looking for people to grab their hand and take them to drink. No, go and get it.
Yes.
The opportunities are out there, man. Go make it happen. Put your faith in God and go put the work in. The word says faith without works is dead. So put your faith in God and then go put the work in. God will bless your hands.
It's the exact opposite of DEI. I don't ever want to be given anything because of the way I look. And I hate seeing a Black woman who is a Supreme Court justice sit there and spew these kinds of liberal lies. And as somebody that has 2 Harvard degrees, she should literally just say, look, I'm probably a pretty smart person. I have 2 Harvard degrees. And yet she reverts back to being a victim. As a Supreme Court justice, she is still a victim.
And here's the thing. This is the whole, premise of the party, victimhood. Victimhood. I want you to look at yourself, if you're Black, as a victim. I don't want you to think that you can accomplish anything without social services, without food stamps, without WIC. It's that whole victim mentality. And Christ teaches something else. Okay. He teaches that you don't have to be a victim to your circumstances. You can be victorious over it all. And I truly believe that. Okay. So everything that this party stands for, just that whole victim mentality where you're trying to get people to be dependent on the government. And you have this woman who supposedly a Black sister doing this to try to encourage, Black young people, specifically young women, that they have to be special. They have to be picked out by the government. They have to be dependent. They can't do anything on their own merit. It's just disgraceful. And it's disheartening. I'm actually embarrassed for her.
I checked, there are a lot of white people that are not Supreme Court justices. I say, let's get over it. Let's get in this boat together. Let's start rowing in the right direction. And let's talk about what it means to be an American.
I love it. And I'm in 1000% agreement with this brother. I am. And he's absolutely right. Get off of this victim mentality, man. And honestly, man, run away from the Democratic plantation. They don't mean you any good. They don't. There are plenty opportunities out there. And the reality of it is, here in America, 83% of Black people in America are in the middle class, lower or higher. And the 17% of people that, are at or below the poverty line are single parents, or they've caught a charge and they're felons of some sort. And there's still a plethora of felons that have put the work in, started businesses, you know what I'm saying, got in the industries, and they've turned their lives around. So it's not.
Absolutely. And I'm sorry to keep interrupting, but as a retired correction officer, I've seen a lot. Okay. I've seen a lot of guys do a lot of time, come out of prison and open up businesses, successful businesses. As a matter of fact, there was an assistant commissioner when I worked there. We're talking in the 90s and early 2000s, where her husband was a 3-time convicted felon that fought to take the bar law exam, and won, and opened up his own legal practice. Okay. So if that's not opportunity, we can't say that we don't have opportunities, but you have to be willing to go out there and get it. Take your shot, shoot your shot, and go out there and get it. You have to be willing to work for it. Look for opportunities. There's not one person out here that's still alive that you can say doesn't have the opportunity to do better or to get better. I don't care if you're truly handicapped, not what Kentaji Brown talks about handicap, but a person that might not, you might have limbs missing, you might not be able to hear, you might not be able to see. You have people with all kinds of situations, legitimate situations that are out there making it. Okay, so we need to stop this stuff.
Not about how much melanin you have. It's really about your work ethic and your mindset. That's really what this is about. If you're a victim, you are a victim. If you feel like you're oppressed, you are oppressed. Because as a man thinketh, so is he. But I appreciate what the brother Wesley Hunt had to say here, man. I really do. I want to hear from you guys in the comment section. What are your thoughts?
So guys, let me know what you think about this commentary. Let me know what you think about what this brother said, what Wise said, or what are your thoughts about our conditions here in America? What are your thoughts about Black America, about what Kentaji Brown is saying? Do you believe that Black Americans are handicapped, are disabled? Let me know in the comments, okay? And make sure you like, subscribe, and share for more. I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye-bye.